Morning traders. So I'm start off by looking at the ALSI, South African Top 40, and again I'm starting on the weekly chart. And what I really want to show you here again is how Tekken-sen, the blue line here, how critical that is to price when it works on any time frame. So every time frame utilizes Tekken-sen as a support or resistance level. So let's just scroll down to the daily. Okay. Now you can see for the 3 days now we managed to get above it, then we broke back below, and yesterday we broke quite far below, gapped down and then ran up back towards it before turning around again. So you also notice that Tekken-sen, the red line on the daily, is in the same position as Tekken-sen on the weekly. Okay, as I've said most of the week, we are flat. In other words, Tekken-sen and Kijun-sen are running flat, which typically indicates that we are ranging. Okay, so one thing that did happen yesterday though is we did close below this range. So this daily range bar from Wednesday, we opened below it and ran back up into the 50% of the range. And let's just drill down further and let's see what's actually going on. And now you can see there are a couple of things happening here. So the first thing is we closed to the upside. We turned around and we closed to the downside of the range. So we've broken both ways of the range. When this normally happens, I typically ignore this. Okay? Because there's no direction. All that's happened is it's created a bigger range. So what we've done is to formulate a range that is that big at the moment. Okay? So let's look at something else. We still have this head and shoulders. So there's the left shoulder, here's the big head, okay, and then here is the right shoulder. You can see how profit taking is happening right here by the 100 EMA, but also the top of the cloud. And if you look to the left, you'll see this bar here, its tail lined up perfectly with the cloud, and that's pretty much where profit taking is happening. Okay, so we're still fairly bullish. We are now outside of the cloud. Okay, so that is a bullish signal. We have a bullish signal here in that the cloud has had a twist. So in other words, it's gone from red to green. Okay, we had a crossover here between Kijun-sen and Tekken-sen, and that crossover is bullish. And also, Siku-span is through price, through Kijun-sen and Tekken-sen, and now basically has around 500 points move before it hits resistance at the cloud. So again, entry was, as I said yesterday, in the zone. If you got in along there, two choices: you take profit at the top of the cloud, or alternatively just hang on to it for the moment, move your stuff up to see what's going to happen. There's nothing else there. Let's just drill down to the hour and see if we can get some entries here. Okay, so you can see on the hour how this book's gap was filled. You see this pin bar here, see the tail there, price came back to close that gap before turning and heading in the opposite direction. So your entry long would have been there, your stop, rather wide stop of 340 pips, but at this stage you could be stop to entry or below this pin bar. So you could have moved your stop up to below this pin bar. So this 100 EMA on the hour is still offering a lot of resistance as well. So you can see he has bit of flat cloud. Just put a line in, and you can see how price is pretty close to that before turning around and coming down. So for all intents and purposes, we're still trending up. You know, from the left of my screen to the right of my screen is continually creating higher lows. So we are still trending up. Was this an attempt to break through that failed? Don't know. So we'll only know at a later stage. And the reality is you'll only know whether this fails if it breaks below this level. And you'll know if this head and shoulders is going to play out by breaking above this level. So for me, I'm still following the Ichimoku cloud, and Ichimoku has given me a bias that this is long. So that is what I'll be looking for. I'll be continue looking for longs until we're on the opposite side of the cloud, heading from top left to bottom right, which means I'm trending down. But for now, we're trending up, so I'm looking for longs. So let's just see where can we get in here. There's a couple of areas. There's one. Let me just delete this one. There's one because we have a flat Tekken-sen, and the cloud is also pretty close there. And if we just use the Fibonacci on this last move, that lines up with the 50% Fibonacci. So let's just put a block in there. Between the 50 and the 60. There you go. Delete that. And let's just zoom in a bit to see what else is there. Right, okay, so we have the high of last week, which is this faint orange line that's sitting here. So that was last week's high. So that is the magnet. It will get tested. Okay, so this is definitely an area that will get tested. So for me, somewhere in this area is where I'd be looking for a long. And essentially along there with a stop. It's going to be a big stop, 400 pips, so your position size is going to be pretty small to make sure that you fit into the 3% risk profile. But that's alright. If it works out, you can always move your stop up into a more acceptable range. Somewhere around there, or there, and you can add to your position as it goes up. So that's the ALSI for me, looking for longs, and that's my zone. Hope it helped. Catch you later.